France is living through the strangest calm in its modern history. A government that lasted barely 4 weeks has fallen, not because of scandal or protest, but because the math simply stopped working. Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu resigned just 1 day after announcing his cabinet. 27 days in power, the shortest tenure in the Fifth Republic's history. France's National Assembly is divided into 3 incompatible blocs: the left wing, New Popular Front, the far-right National Rally, and President Emmanuel Macron's centrist Renaissance Alliance. No one commands a majority. No one even trusts the others enough to trade votes. Macron thought he could manage this arithmetic. He can't. And yet, the stakes could not be higher. France's deficit is ballooning. Its debt is nearing 115% of GDP, and its credibility with the markets is eroding. Rating agencies are circling. Bond yields are rising. The euro has slipped. And Europe, already uneasy about its fiscal rules, is watching one of its core economies drift into paralysis. This is not the France that led Europe through the pandemic or pushed for a stronger European defense. This is a France negotiating its budget line by line, hoping the government survives until next week. So what happens next? President Macron has 5 options, but really only 2 paths that make sense. He could appoint a new prime minister, most likely a moderate socialist or a technocrat, to calm markets and push through a minimalist budget, or he could dissolve the National Assembly and call new elections. Resignation? Forget it. That's not in his political DNA. The first path, naming a socialist-aligned prime minister, would aim to build a fragile alliance with moderates. The deal would be simple: pass a narrow budget, freeze divisive reforms, and keep the country stable until next spring. It's messy, but it gives him some time. The second path, early elections, is a nuclear button. Macron pressed it once in 2024 and ended up with an even more fragmented parliament. If he presses it again now, the far right could surge. France could enter 2026 with Marine Le Pen's party as the largest force in parliament. So Macron will try to govern one more time. Expect him to reach out quietly to the socialists, perhaps even to moderate conservatives, to craft what Paris insiders call a mini deal. If it works, France muddles through another year. If it fails, expect new elections before spring. And what does this mean for Europe? For Brussels, it's another headache. France's paralysis weakens the Franco-German engine that drives the European Union. It slows progress on industrial policy, on defense funding, and on migration reform. It means Europe will spend this winter watching Paris instead of acting together. The European Union doesn't collapse because of one French crisis. It drifts, and drift is exactly what Europe cannot afford, while Washington, Moscow, and Beijing are all redrawing their power maps. My forecast? Macron appoints a soft-left prime minister. He buys 6 months of relative calm. Markets breathe again. Europe gets a year of muddling through before the next reset. France, the country that gave the world revolutions and manifestos, is now trapped by parliamentary arithmetic. The Fifth Republic, once built to give presidents power, is discovering its limits in real time. And the rest of Europe, watching closely, sees a warning. Even the most centralized state can falter when political trust disappears. If you enjoyed this analysis, please like this video, Subscribe to the Western Relations channel and visit westernrelations.com for more in-depth coverage of European politics, diplomacy, and the shifting transatlantic balance.